this a formal invitation to finally experience the full joy and awe of creation, to accept a life filled with purpose and meaning. It is all around you, waiting for you to simply recognize it. It is right here, right now. Have confidence in love, in the love and support of your inner self. Trust your true self will come forth and is always with you. You will know the truth by its essence of innocence, joy, the energies of happiness, empowerment, compassion, kindness, trust, and goodness, faith, peace, humility, satisfaction, fearlessness, and most importantly, gratitude are all some of the most powerful hallmarks of your true self. Pay attention to the daily moments you embody these energies. Those will be the moments that you are living up to your full potential and living in your purpose. Those are the moments that are being the love and happiness you've always desired, rather than trying to obtain, project, or earn it. Realize that all joy of life is within you already, and you are destined to succeed, or else you wouldn't be here now. That's beautiful. So, chapter 3, the human plight. There is pleasure and there is bliss. Forego the first to possesses the second. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Siddhartha, whatever you pronounce that name. We all have a deep yearning within our hearts to be happy, and we have amazing fantasies of how we wish to express that happiness, whether through travel, romance, or arriving at a milestone life goal. If you think about it long enough, you will recognize there's definitely somewhere you would like to get. Some are seeking to meet the person they will marry so they can finally settle down, have children, and be happy within a secure partnership. For others, they won't allow themselves to feel freedom until they finish paying off their debt. And for many, they are anticipating retirement so they can finally have the time to relax and enjoy life. Unfortunately, most of the time, these fantasies become a grand way of projecting our happiness outside of ourselves as something that we have to get to, thus setting us up to suffer in the meantime. Yet, it isn't the dream themselves that are the problem. Life is meant to have an adventure of possibility and be fun. Visions and aspirations are gifts to explore. The origin of the problem is in the belief that life will only be better when the truth of this moment. The truth is that, damn, my nose started up. The truth is that things can actually be better right now if you allow them to. Even while you are still in the process of becoming. You don't have to wait until tomorrow or until big events to transpire, to live your dream life and to feel your best. You actually already living your dream life and already have everything you need to be happy. You only need to wake up from the nightmare of your not self to see it. It is your birthright to be infinitely peaceful, joyful, and free in every new moment. But if this is true, why don't you feel this way all of the time? Besides the fantasies about a future or past that is much better than this one. Our minds will often deny us happiness in small doses of subconsciously each and every day. By holding on to past traumas, we deny ourselves healing. By feeling self-conscious, we deny our own self-worth. By finding fault in other people's actions, we deny ourselves compassion. By feeling hopeless, we deny ourselves faith. By collecting excuses, we deny ourselves our own power. By clinging to losses, we miss out on the miracles happening now. By feeling skeptical, stressed, worried, or paranoid or anxious, we deny ourselves the contentment and trust. By feeling envious of others, we deny ourselves abundance. By waiting for the weekend to come, we deny ourselves present and gratitude. By becoming offended or defensive, we deny ourselves peace. By holding a grudge, seeking revenge, or gossiping about other people, we deny ourselves security. By seeking attention and validation, we deny ourselves completeness. By operating on autopilot, we deny ourselves inspiration. By reacting to situations unconsciously, we deny ourselves discernment. By closing our hearts, we deny ourselves love. If If you are truly honest and compassionate with yourself, you can begin to see your own habits in some of these examples and begin to recognize where you may be denying yourself the very thing you desire, whichever aspect of your life you are not allowing yourself to experience joy, peace, patience, compassion, love, gratitude, faith, and forgiveness, and etc. That is where your inner work lies, not because you need to be a better person. Follow a lie. There's where inner work lies, not because you need to be a better person, follow the commandments, or adhere to some sorts of a moral code by simply because it feels better to choose better. And if you want to live a life true freedom and lasting happiness, choose better starts within. It is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. So attachment to our wounds. This is the plight of humanity. We've been unknowingly lost in dissatisfaction and powerlessness through the attachment to wounded themes of consciousness, themes which perpetuate themselves through our inner dialogue, perspectives, and beliefs, eventually become our overall experience of reality. The projecting of our happiness outside of ourselves, the resistance to what is, the mindless chatter of our mind, which judges everything and everyone, the clinging to the past and obsession with the future, the fear of the unknown, the expectations which cause us to feel entitled and ungrateful. All of these program limitations were taught and modeled to us by others who were innocently taught the same. As you do the inner work, you will learn how to heal and break free from the wounded themes of consciousness which prevent you from living your best life and instead receive a system upgrade, one of your own choosing perhaps, for the first time in your life. We know this can be a hard pill to swallow at first, but lean into the discomfort for your freedom is just beyond the boundaries of your mind. Limiting confines, have compassion and patience with yourself in your awakening process. We all have inner work to do. None of these limiting beliefs are actually who we are, and we all fall trapped to them from time to time. I do all the time, shit. It is just a part of being human. It says by yoga, true freedom is the resolution of agitations of the mind, the ego, and persona formation. The first question to ask with all the new information is, if the mind programs I am running on are not who I am, then who am I really? And why do I have these programs at all? Imagine yourself as a child, maybe 5 years old. At this age, nothing seems to bother you or stick to you for very long. You are happy, free, innocent, and present with each new adventure. Life is one big playground for you, and every day is a brand new opportunity to be in love, surprised, and inspired. So what happened to this innocent child of bliss? As we grow older, we're encouraged to identify ourselves as separate from the world around us and form an identity or ego persona. With learning our name, which toys were ours and which toys were theirs, the mind developed mindless mentality. With mindless mentality, we lost our sense of surprise and wonder and instead developed expectations and urge to control the world around us. We started to expect our conditions to please us because well everything is mine, when then created our identity by means of accumulation belongings, appearances, achievements, friends, experiences, and even trauma became mine. And who we thought we were, our egos became master collectors in a sense. And because we confused who we were with a world entirely outside of ourselves, our identity was threatened every time life didn't go our way. To deal with uncertainties, our ego persona created mental programs in order to protect and defend itself. If it can't control others or the outside world, it assumes control over us in the form of thoughts and emotions that it believes will keep us safe. All expectations, judgments, and opinions about our lives and about excuse me about our lives and control of the world it feels threatened by Not knowing any better, we have spent our entire lives listening to the frightened voice inside our heads, believing it was us. This is where all limiting beliefs, thoughts, and emotions began. As long as you make an identity for yourself out of pain, you cannot be free of it. Imagine yourself again, the same innocent 5-year-old. Your parents get into a fight, and and it makes you feel something new, fear. Covering yourself with a blanket. Sorry, you feel safe and protected, so you start to wear this blanket as a costume to hide from the chaos. You go to school, and your classmates taunt you just for being yourself. You feel ashamed and embarrassed. You decide one blanket isn't enough for protection, so you add a second one to cover yourself even more. If you didn't physically do this as a child, we can guarantee you did it metaphorically. As you get older, you fall in love, but the person you open your heart to shuts down. So add another layer of protection over yourself. Your parents get divorced, you add another layer. This speaks a lot of volumes to me. People let you down, you add another layer. Your big plans don't plan out, you add another layer. Anytime you are unable to control your circumstances or the people around you, you are reminded of how powerless you seem to be, and this wind is killing me. You protect yourself with yet another layer because of the mindless mentality. Your mind innocently collected these experiences as a part of your identity and has worn them all your life. After all, form your ego's vantage point. All of it is mine and therefore about me. All my experiences must define me. As time goes on, the free, happy, innocent child of bliss becomes buried deep underneath the layers of fear for so many years that even you forget your true identity. I forgot who I was, y'all. I really, really did. I feel like that's why I lash out. Listen to this. Where was I? Underneath. Here's your it. You've been wearing protective layers. Okay, right here. You've been wearing the protective layers for so long that you completely overlook the fact that you could just take them off at any point. Luckily, underneath the layers of past experiences, you have your, dressed yourself in. You still remain the innocent and happy child. No matter how traumatic life has been, you are still innocent and free, beautiful and perfect, wanted and loved, seen and recognized just as you are. And with a little decluttering of the mind layers, the innocent child of bliss can finally be revealed once again. To enter the kingdom of heaven, become like a child again. The Holy Bible, Matthew 18:3. Your awesome existence. The true you in yoga terminology is, I can't pronounce that word, so I'm going to skip it. Existence, consciousness, bliss. In other words, purity of awareness, perfect, innocence, stainless. But the layers of experience you carry have created a biased lens from which you are now seeing the world. A wounded theme of consciousness, this biased lens forms negative perspectives about life based on traumas of your past, and because you have identified with the limiting ego accumulation for so long, you innocently forgot the radical awesomeness of your very existence in the present. Let's take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate the fact that you exist right now, magically somehow in this vast universe. Here you are with no recollection of how you got here, living on a planet that is filled with infinite experiences to be enjoyed. It is unfathomable and mystical when you really step back and examine your existence, yet you exist effortlessly and unmasked without fulfilling understanding how or why here you are on top of this mysterious existence out of infinite other possibilities for what a life could have been. You are a human, and not just any human, you are you. Think for a moment about what it means to be alive. We don't even try to make our hearts beat for us or force our lungs to breathe. We have no idea the magnitude of the trillions of cells that carry out their functions for us to stay alive. Moment to moment, organs Our organs just work. The body just heals itself, and and all carries out intelligently and effortlessly. It is overwhelming when we stop to consider what is actually taking place. The magnitude of this perfect moment is almost too much for us to bear. If we truly allow ourselves to contemplate the mystery of and glory of creation, by yet here we are in it right now, eternity. However, most of us go about our lives completely unaware of the magic of existence around us, the lack of awareness. Surrounding the absolute gift of life is another symptom of mindness, and the entitlement of propagates mindness complaints of boredom and rejects gratitude. It takes its life for granted, becoming a victim, feeling powerless in my life, or it becomes arrogant and judgmental. Everyone is ruining my life. Mindness mentality is equivalent to the tantrum of a 2-year-old and can last a lifetime, disguised in various forms. It is due to these limiting perspectives that we endure so much pain and suffering. Surrender our existence to something higher than ourselves is the only remedy to pull us out of our ego. Minus delusions, have courage to see the gift of your life and forever be grateful. Just as the sun and moon cannot be reflected in muddy water, so the Almighty cannot be reflected in a heart. The muddled by the ideas of I and my, contemplating the awareness of the universe and our very existence is a quick way to remember that none of this is actually ours and nothing is owed to us. Ideal conditions are not owed to us. Creations is not owed to us. Our ego did not create all of existence. Our egos does not keep the body alive. Something grander is doing that for us. Our ego just takes the credit. In reality, everything is actually happening of its own. One's life is a continuous gift, and it's continue from the moment to moment. Is sustained by God and not by the ego. Dr. David R. Hawkins said that. Oh, good morning. Oh, well, good afternoon over here in the States. Surrounding the absolute gift of life, another symptom of mindness and it's like, okay, I already read that. I'm over here. Therefore, our ego's greatest mistake is to claim to be its own source of existence, oblivious to of how it even came to be in the first place. It suppresses the truth of its needs for humility and gratitude by instead believing itself to be its own God, thus capable of judgment itself and others, desire for control and entitlement. This can either be subtle, such as impatience. Other people are taking my time, or extreme, grandiose as kings, emperors, and pharaohs claiming to be gods, demanding worship. Even if you don't see yourself as someone who believes in a higher power, look deeper into your suffering, and you may find the ego's got complex, hiding in subtle behaviors you may be unaware. For example, do you ever have impatience in traffic and you feel others are in your way? Do you ever feel like family members should clean up better so you don't have to? How about feeling like people are interrupting you and taking your time, or that life should be different according to your opinion? The beliefs that anything should be how the ego wants it to be is its God complex, no matter how trivial the topic. All of us face this ego mentality on some level until we do inner work to acknowledge and understand and surrender it. In reality, everything just is what it is. Every waking moment of life is a gift that is constantly being sustained and guided by a divine source beyond our ego. Comprehension: the ego cannot truly know divinity, God. Only the heart and soul can. The ego cannot become enlightened, or enlightenment is the transcendence of the ego. If you want to remember the truth of who you really are and begin to move beyond limitations of the ego, mind, spend more time with nature, contemplate the perfection of a flower, observe the magic and mystery of the night stars, take a bite of a mango, deeply look into the eyes of another, observe the innocence of animals, hold someone you love as if it was the last time you look as the last time. Look out the vast of an ocean, or just become aware of the fact that you are breathing. All the melodrama that you believe make up your life are only an illusion distracting you from the grander truth that you are, the truth that you even get the opportunity to exist at all. Nature's wonder will reveal that you are no different than life within the plants, the energy of the earth, sea, fire, and air, or the spirit of animals. Your consciousness and gift of life is the same as all other life on this planet, all equally blessed to be experienced and exist at all. All is equally divine, perfect, and full of love. We just have to have the eyes to see it. Whether waiting in traffic, washing dishes, or getting interrupted with the removal of minus mentality, all moments can be experienced with the remembrance that life is a gift to be enjoyed and praised. This is the real secret of life, to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now. Instead of calling it work, realize it is play. What's up, y'all? So it says, rediscovering your innocence. The purpose of the inner work is to realize that nothing is holding you back from your pure joy in life except your own ego's inner resistance. Self-realization is the dissociation with the layers of disguise you have been wearing and reassociating with your true self of unconditional love. It is the return of your childlike nature before piled on the layers of mindness and embodiment of a pure surrender, pure trust, pure presence. Children and enlightened sages actually have a lot in common. Both are innocent, fearless, and present. The only difference between the child and the enlightened sage is the naive and wisdom. As a child, you were naively innocent, and thus you are allowed the outer world to dim your light. Now, as a practitioner of the inner work, you are wisely innocent, choosing to remain happy and innocent despite the struggles and challenges of life. This is your own testimony of power of the truth. Through your experiences, regardless of what has happened to you, here you are still choosing to trust love and the goodness of life. That is what makes you truly courage. That what make, truly makes you truly courageous and powerful. That is what makes you wise. In another chapter, you can do this. We know this discussion on the ego mind can be a lot to face at first, and it is not meant to be insulting or overwhelming. It is meant to re-empower you and assist you on remembering the truth of who you really are. Push past the mind initial discomfort and buckle up, because this may be uncomfortable for a while, depending on how tightly the ego is clinging on. Don't worry though, remembering the truth will be worth it. Granted, look at it this way. You are so powerful that you can be happy, satisfied, and free right now in the life you are currently living, despite your current circumstances. All of you have to do is push past your ego's resistance, which is the monumental demonstration of your strength. Nothing external needs to change. You already have within you everything you need to transform your experience of life. All you see in your world is the outcome of your idea about it. Neil Donald Walsh. No matter what your mind is saying as to why your story is different or why you need your circumstance to change in order to be free and happy, disregard its excuses for now and keep reading the truth. Keep reading. The truth is, we all have equal access to inner liberation, and it's entirely within our own control and power to access it. It is only a matter of choice, inner discipline, and exercising our spiritual will. No one can take this opportunity to choose from you. It is just a matter of accepting the truth of your innate empowerment and doing the inner work to stay there. You are magnificent, perfect, whole, and complete. You are radiant and influential, full of love, and so important, which is why it is imperative for you to realize the truth of who you really are. For all the suffering in the world comes from the forgetting of who we really are. This message was prepared and meant specifically for you. You are intended for so much more, and it is time to accept this: more happiness, more love, more gratitude, more peace, and more fulfillment and purpose. There is no limit on this thing called life. You have just begun to scratch the surface of your potential. Bondage is the mind. Freedom is of the mind. Am I accomplishing? I don't know how you pronounce this woman's name. She got a weird name. She has a weird name. Um, it says changing your focus. True happiness and lasting and ever present, not to be confused with the temporary hits of pleasure that comes from external ego gratifications. We get a taste of pleasure when we are able to successfully manipulate conditions and people to meet our ego's expectations. It makes us feel like we are in control of our circumstances, and this is satisfying the ego's sense of mindless. My life, my circumstance, my desires met. While this may be temporary satisfying, the inevitable circumstance will shift out of control. When this is revealed, the ego's mind becomes terrified of its lack of control. In order to cope with this fear of the unknown, it creates mental delusions through judgments, opinions, inner commentary, and the constant evaluations of how life is to be or should be. Mask its own existence, insecurity, and reality. The ego's mind knows nothing but the audacity to claim it know-it-all. When internalized, the ego judges itself harshly and covers it in fear at the challenges of life and seek to make us feel powerless and a victim. When projected externally, the ego's fear comes out through its desire to manipulate its conditions, circumstances, and other people through force. Using force, however, will always leave it feeling defeated because life has a divine will of its own, which is far more powerful. We can only unlock the true fountain of freedom through surrendering. The ability to surrender to the divine will is actually the most powerful demonstration of our freedom. This is become this is because surrendering requires us to have immense strength and inner discipline to consciously ignore the demands of resilience. Fearful ego. The ego is rooted in fear, and lack of therefore cannot consciously ignore the demands of the ego to either cower in fear and victimization or attack with aggression and force. We prove our liberations. The one who is no longer servant to the demands of the ego mind is the only one who is truly free. I know red. Oh yes, I still do sleep streams. I still do them. I had took a break because I had went into surgery a while back and I wasn't able to. But I'm just now getting back to it. But today I'm in the park and I'm reading this Innerwork book. I've been doing a lot of inner work and healing, but I'll still continue to do sleep streams. Sorry, I might do one tonight. I just want to do a live speaking on. I just want to do a live, out in nature. The sun is out. It's beautiful by the lake, and other strangers are walking, and kids playing over there. It's just a beautiful day. But I most definitely will continue to do sleep streams for sure. I just took a little break. And I'm so sorry I didn't let y'all know about it because normally I probably would have posted something in my forums. Okay. By challenging our ego's agenda, we take the first focus off the external circumstances, which is resisting instead of focus on. So, let me touch bases. So when I had to go into surgery, I actually had neck surgery. I had to have rods and screws put in. So I've been, on a lot of bed rest, and I haven't really been able to do a whole lot. So I'm just now getting back up, moving. And I have on this posture brace, like my doctor told me to keep my posture straight so I won't be bending down a lot. Yeah, it's been pretty tough, you know, being stuck in the house and not being able to go anywhere as much as you want to. It's very depressing and it kind of triggered my anxiety real bad. So I was on TikTok and a lady told me to purchase this book right here. It's called the Shadow Work Journal, which I'm figuring out all my past traumas and triggers and things of that nature. And I had got this Inner Work book, and it's showing me how to navigate my emotions more efficiently. Because I had moments where when I was down and wasn't able to do anything, I would snap on people, like my family. They was just there to help me. I was just having all these emotional outbursts. And so these books actually been helping me out with calming my mental state and kind of grounding myself. That's why I'm out here in nature, out here in this beautiful field, just regrounding myself and finding my inner peace within myself. This is what challenging the ego's agenda. We take the focus off external circumstances, which is resisting, and instead of focus on the resistance itself through the very conscious redirection of our focus away from our outer experience and our inner one. We can access true freedom and lasting happiness. This might seem like wishful thinking, since lasting happiness is not what you have been experiencing thus far in life. But that's only because we've collectively fallen asleep, become lost in a dream or a nightmare that we can't seem to wake up from. Everyone you know probably believes their ego's thoughts, tries to control their circumstances, and have expectations of the external conditions and the people around them. And the fact that almost an entire species is living the way only makes it much easier to go along with. It is like a one massive con. So this says the bigger trick and the older trick, the easier. That sounds so provocative. Trick. Oh God. It says ignorance is still ignorance. No matter how many people are supporting it, the simple misunderstanding has mutated into an entire species lost in confusion, a pain that was not necessarily intended and does not have to remain. The suffering or of painful experiences in our lives and lives of the others around us have not been a reflection of who we are, but the reflection of who we are not. It says, oh, it's in black and white. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just now getting back out, being more active. My doctor told me to try to get outside and try to be more active instead of being at home staying in bed, because I ain't trying to be bedridden now. Thank you. Skin, I try to keep my skin and stuff going, and I need the sun. I've been in the house way too long. My skin started to actually kind of get pale, so I need this vitamin D from the sun to get myself back to how I was. And it's probably in black and white because I'm trying to have my backpack hold this phone up while I look at this book. But I'll do a stream tonight. I'll do a sleep stream tonight. For sure I will. Because I've been gone for a good little minute. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm openly gay. I'm happily gay. I wear the rainbow flag. Yes. Oh, no, I'm black. African American. Actually, I might walk a little bit. That's what I might do. me put this damn towel back in here. Now I'm gonna walk the track for a little bit. I've been waiting on this type of weather all winter. Wintertime has really been so dreadful. It's been cold. I just hate I didn't bring no bread out here for the ducks. I was so much in a rush to get out the house. I didn't even think about breaking them nothing to eat. If only that water, I could swim in that water, I would, but it's a lot of duck poop in there. I ain't got time to be breaking out. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. All these bugs out here. That's the only thing I hate about spring. Let me go around. I don't like bees. I'm gonna start coming to walk the track more often, especially on days like this. I just need a walking buddy. I mean, it's not required, but I want somebody to talk to while I'm walking, you know. I'm burning these calories.